As we look ahead to the future of North Charleston, we are joined by William Parker, who is here to talk about his campaign for North Charleston City Council District 8. William, thank you for joining me today.
And thank you for having me, Taylor.
Can you tell me a little bit about who you are?
Yes, I'm born and raised here in Charleston and native of the Low Country, and own a couple of businesses, really concerned about the future of the Low Country, especially with the influx of so many people to our area, and really just am drawn to serve the community. After several hurricanes, I've realized the importance of that community resources that aren't gathered in any other way. So.
What do you feel like are the most pressing challenges right now that we're facing?
Growth. Growth is one of our largest and most pressing challenges. Having that growth, being constructive about how it's built out, and having a long-term plan about how the Low Country will be developed. Mm-hmm.
And I know that livability and environment are two main focal points of your campaign. What have you done for our environment in the past?
There's been a lot of issues when it comes to drainage and flooding. We've seen a lot of that get worse as time has gone on. So I've worked a lot on the Philbin Creek Basin area, which is the area that you'll find underneath 526. Mm-hmm. On the eastern side of it. There was a lot of flooding in that area, and turned out that that was due to overdevelopment, and really couldn't get the governmental agencies that really would handle that problem. And I had to do a lot of bringing in the media and other resources to draw attention to it, and that works a lot of times.
Mm-hmm. And now, if elected, what would be your first order of business?
First order of business is to really look at what North Charleston needs to fix that hasn't been really prepared for the future, the infrastructure, the drainage, work closely with SCDOT when it comes to our traffic issues that are here. We're also seeing a lot of livability issues when it comes to housing, as well as the tax structure of the city means growth or annex, and that's not necessarily the best thing for the city long term.
Mm-hmm. And now, how would you go about, civic engagement? You want to hear everyone's voices, and their voices matter. How would you make that a focal point of what you want to do?
I'm very engaged with the community. Social media is big. I also believe that our neighborhood presidents and neighborhood associations are a key listening point that really hasn't been focused on by a lot of the governance that's in charge. So getting out there to those meetings, as well as being open on the phone and really allowing that engagement to happen in multiple ways. We have a lot of seniors as well as a lot of young people, and they communicate differently. Mm-hmm. I'm very lucky that I was born in an age where I actually picked up the telephone and could hear the click when mom was listening to my phone call, but I also the age where I can text with my thumbs and probably hit an elevator button with my thumb. So really straddle that gap between those seniors out there that just don't communicate when it comes to the internet, but also those that utilize social media as their main communication method.
And what do you feel like separates you from other candidates?
I have more experience than the other candidates. I've been president of local neighborhood associations. I was twice elected to one and moved to the other side of the neighborhood, was elected to that association. And my key focus is District 8, where I'm running. So my landscaping company, we basically focus on that area, which has allowed me over time to really learn the lay of the land, mm-hmm. and the issues and the sinkholes and what's not being done and what is being done from a standpoint of county and state, and really listen to people and understand how the environment's not only affecting where we live, but how the construction and overdevelopment is affecting people that live there.
Mm-hmm. And now, William, how can our viewers support your campaign?
You can support my campaign this close to being election day by coming out on the 7th and electing William Parker, putting that vote in there. That is what's most critical, and I can say it's going to be critical for the community going forward.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for joining us
today. No, and thank you.
We're back after this.